就是题目叫 Dream Matters， 怎么翻译成中文还是没有想好。就是一个大会的一个介绍，就是为什么有这个大会。我想先从哪里开始来分享的是中国小学的故事。能猜到哪个是我们？The smallest one. I was the younger brother of my family. 其实在那个地方还是比较贫困、偏远的地方，大别山跟其实从我上大学之前是没见过公共汽车的，所以我小时候知道，我们现在没有见过公共汽车。去大学告诉我到了火车站，坐25的公共汽车到沈阳建工学院，25的公共汽车什么意思啊？我明白了。但是那时候我从小时候根本上没有不知道外面世界什么样。有一次到县城去参加这个数学竞赛，才是第一次见到水泥了。我的天，我终于跟这个现代世界有所联系了。就是那个时候还是对外面了解太少，但是我爸爸作为小学老师，他告诉我，外面很多的不同的感知，有不同的人有不同的生活方式。但是我其实是我无法想象外面的人是什么样的方式去生活的，我只是知道可以有不同的方式去做事，但是需要去努力，需要 work hard to get to the way how I would like to live my life. At that time, I really had a dream. I don't really know what my dream was, but I had a dream. Because many of you will always have a dream of some sort. 从那里到这个是去年TTF 2017年，从我人生有很多不同的改变，在人生阶段中出现了很多不同的这个经历和不同的故事。从小小的山村到中国的沈阳，从沈阳到了美国，从美国到了这个叫香港，从香港回到内地，现在有可能要离开内地去我们祖国的这个地方，有很多意想不到的故事。其实，在人生中，我很少有非常明确的、确定的计划。你到底想未来做什么，就是真的不知道。我给大学的这个学生做过一个所谓的开学新生入学转型教育。学校讲，郑老师，你讲讲你怎么规划人生的？我说我人生不是规划来的，我从来没有想过原来在沈阳去美国，从来没想过从美国到香港去，从来没有规划。但是有些事情是稳定的，在老师是我在跟我分享。在这个过程里头，从我个人的生活，从我个人的梦的实现过程中，有很多东西对我有很多影响。其实有一个点，这个技术，从那个很农村的地方，你看到水泥，我的天，觉得我离现在世界那么近，你知道，技术对我们的生活是肯定很多的影响的。多方面的技术，就是包括从个人生活中所见这个中但是没有电话，这个通讯基本靠海。现在这个都那个有各种不同的非常发达交通的这个通讯工具。用那个就是上推特的话说，每50年有一个重要的这个技术突破。至于这个技术突破呢，是不是的确是每50年会发生一次？就是有很多人有不同的这个说法。也有人说，现在的这个技术的能力发展，技术的这个叫基础越来越好。有人可能认为不应该是50年，可能是30年、40年，甚至更短。但是实际上，我发现这个技术变化背后有这种事情，有这个一旦技术从它开始产生到被社会认识、接受，在企业去运用。它需要社会人的参与，需要社会组织参与。这个参与的过程之中，有时候仅仅考虑技术本身的这个进步的速度还是不行的，还考虑整个社会一代又一代人的这个进步的速度。所以这50年也许是可能的。其实这个我们说的技术，讲的技术是我们很多时候会想着这个硬件和软件这个技术本身。实际上，我们理解技术的时候，很多不仅仅是技术本身，而是技术怎么被使用，被别人去运用的。有这么一个词叫 technology， 这个不是 technology， 它讲的是技术怎么被运用的。其实我们大家都知道这个苹果的手机的，尽管有它很多技术专利，但实际上大家都知道苹果的故事，更多是苹果很好的运用了这个技术，来实现一些我们老百姓原来所希望的一些讲法和希望有人不提的。那技术不仅仅是 hardware， 它包括 information knowledge IDXA and experience。有一个更加完整一点的这个讲解度 ，technology is itself a body of knowledge about certain classes of events and activities。这不是这个 hardware，it's not also just software as well。It's a knowledge of techniques, methods, and designs that work. And that work in certain ways and with certain consequences, and even one cannot explain exactly why. It is therefore not a fundamental kind of knowledge, but a form of knowledge. 你发现我今天演讲是一会儿中文一会儿英文，那是因为我这个演讲的这个内容还不是特别熟悉。特别熟悉这个演讲，我会跟中文完全演讲了。不是特别熟悉的，我只能是中英文来回切换。那个 translator 原来以前他们说过，这是叫 translator 的这个 killer。就是很感谢这个话，很感谢这位 translator 原来跟我说的是吧？那现在是英文演讲他听得懂，现在是中文演讲他听不懂。另外一个，对我个人从农村那个小孩到现在这个样子，影响我不仅是技术，还有一个东西，社会组织。我举一个很简单的例子啊，社会组织。我原来在中国念书的时候是地地道道的学渣，初中还不错，小学也挺好的，一到高中的学渣，我班长是这么学霸。到大学是天天上补考，大一补考，大二补考，大三终于脱离国海不补考，你再补考我就毕不了业了。一到美国去我就习惯，有一点不适应。到美国去我学习，这么轻松。我在中国一做我自己喜欢的事情，老师说不行，先这样不行，你是不务正业。一到美国觉得天天做自己喜欢的事情，老师说这就是我们要的样子。花了1年时间，整整1年。我原来生活可以这样，学习可以这样，但就是还是我还是用同样的方式做我喜欢的事情，但是在那个环境中，我是一个不务正业的学渣，换了一个环境，老师都喜欢我，同学喜欢我，一直到那边学霸了。原来从美国那个学校 WVU， 其实这个 party school 是 OK， 但 WVU made me, prepared me to get the Carnegie Medal. I didn't change, but the environment, the social environment changed. So organization played a very important role in making me from that point to who I am now. I'm not saying that I'm successful, I'm happy, but I'm happy in general. I'm happy with what I'm doing, I'm happy with my family, everything. So even if you're not happy, there are reasons why sometimes organizations make you not happy. One of the most significant effects of our time is the predominance of the organization. Organizations really have strong impact on who we are, what we do, what we can do, what we cannot do. I think many of us will know, for many reasons, in the small organization, in the state, nation state, sometimes things can be done and things cannot be done. We shape organizations come back, return, shape who we are, what we can do. Let me share you another quote. Very interesting. I said I had a dream. I want to change my life. Everyone, acting man, is equal to substitute a more satisfactory state of affairs for less satisfaction. His mind imagines conditions which suit him better, and his action aims at bringing about the desired state. 这个是一个著名的经济学家 Ludwig von Mises。他说，所有的有行为能力的人总是在希望用一个更好的生活状态去取代一个不太理想生活状态。什么？人往高处走，水往低处流。很简单的道理，人总是希望用一个更好的生活去取代一个不太理想的生活。那他的脑袋里面琢磨什么呢？他总在琢磨 his mind imagines conditions， 哪些状态，哪样的生活方式，哪样的交通环境，会让他生活更好。Active man is equal to substitute a more satisfactory state of affairs for less satisfaction. Think about this. I said this, but where is design? My change from a boy to who I am now, where is design? As you said technology, you said organization, where is design? But those are the things made the topics of our conference. Social need, people would like a better life, and organizations and technologies. That's why we have those speakers, great speakers. Sorry, this morning I took all the pictures, screenshots from the brochure. That something was missing, so forgive me of that. 很多重量级，我就是讲这个完了会议介绍嘛。从 IDXA 的老主席、新主席、IDXA 的主席、德国一家行政学院院长、德国一家行政学院院长，这个不是通常意义上设计的会议能听得到的。这些人都在一起，为了什么？行政学院院长、IDXA 的主席、IDXA 的主席，还有服务设计，还有小学的校长，为什么？还有我们这个清华和中科院理化所的这个材料学的教授，为什么这些人都在一起？ They are not from the same discipline. They are not from the same industry, but they all contribute to our life. You say, what I study? I'm studying industrial design. What problem do your mom have? My mom says, I would like to have a better life to assist me to live in the assisted room, or nursery room. Come on. My mom does not say, I have an industrial design problem, I have a graphic design problem. She has a problem of human being. That's why we're all here. We all contribute to some aspect of human life, human experiences. So don't think that we are all disconnected, we're all connected. Because we are human, we have our human dreams. Now look at this. What Ludwig von Mises says about acting man to Papa Simon almost 30 years later. Everyone designs good devices, courses of action, aiming at changing existing situations into preferred ones. Does that sound like what Ludwig von Mises said 20 years before? It was an economist who started human action to someone who really inspired designers globally in his book, The Sciences of Artificial. And the intellectual activity that produces material artifacts is no different fundamentally from the one that prescribes remedies for sick patient, or the one devises new sales plan or for company or social welfare policy for state. 就是我们医生给病人开处方，我们设计一个做设计，或是说设计一个叫营销政策或这个国家的社会福利政策。从这个事业活动本身、思想活动本身是一回事，都是在希望把一种不是特别理想的状态改造成为更加理想的生活状态。这理想来自于哪里？来自于人。设计像是所有职业训练的核心，这个是后面上面讲的，就是环顾四周，我们现在所看到的哪样东西，几乎哪样东西不是人造的，包括这个风景也是人造的。So that's why we have design. So that people trying to understand design from many different professions, industries, and we have design competitions, transportation, furniture, communication, all sorts of categories. There are many ways to understand different aspects of design. Recently began the 4 orders of design: science, objects, actions, and thought. That's one way to organize areas of design influence impact. Instead of from categories of industries, different disciplines. There are other ways too. So, if we are able to move design from specific areas of applications to a much larger ways of human experience, for instance, organizations, then what are we actually designing? What's the content of design? And how do we make decisions of design? I quickly show a couple of examples, cases that I have worked with my team. The content. That's a strategic design report for a company, a short-term, mid-term, long-term strategy. On this report, we have helped the company understand, design the company's mission, vision, and values. We help the company tell them, of course, not tell them, but work with them, understand what's the vision, mission, and value for the company, and actually be able to execute all the things down to very detailed level, and even where the toilet paper should be located. We have to come to understand how vision, mission, values can be connected to every aspect of action. And in the design report, we also given the slogan for the company, using the rope and connecting people, human with the nature, and also from different hierarchies, different words. Those in English it doesn't really sound. I need to find a better translation, but in Chinese they all love this quotation. 用神手连接人与自然，在高处看见不一样的世界。这是我为贵州一个托罗市地理科技有限公司做了一个整体的这个叫战略的设计，从使命、愿景、价值观到整个的产品布局，包括这个使命、愿景、价值观，用一个工具叫 Windhouse Pathways， 在最高处的一个我叫简单叫9宫格。Windhouse Pathway, we use a simple way for Chinese business people to understand the 9 grids. The 9 grids on the far right up corner, that's the vision, and how each of the action, each of the product category, each of the events or business unit contribute to the vision. It helps the business very much, and they love it and how it helps them understand how each of their own work connects and contributes to the building of vision and mission. Another case. Recently, I tried to understand a very important emerging technology, liquid metal. It's high-tech, really high-tech. Liquid metal, how liquid metal can be used, applied to very concretely different applications. Because it's new, Chinese government have money to prepare to help support emerging industry, emerging technology. Where the money should go, how money should be used. Our team is trying to help understand that part. Help them understand where the money should go. Basically, understand how to make that investment decisions. Government, also investors. I was introduced to this project by a group of investors. They have to understand social needs and how this may be applied to future applications, social conditions, the scenarios, technological life cycle. Liquid metal is very new, but liquid metal for different kinds of applications, there are different types of life cycles for liquid metal. So where doing lots of research about each aspect of this technology, including all the people who have researched about this technology, who has what type of publications, patents, orders, and economic conditions, and people. So I actually presented this 2 weeks ago at Liquid Metal Industry Conference. They liked it very much. So they're waiting for me to have a major report. One version of report is for the government to make their investment decision, policy decision. Another report for investors. A third report for R&D people. So we have all the names, all the contact information. We dig it out with all sorts of technology. So it's going to be very exciting. Then we have so-called, not a theory, but a method to understand how liquid metal may, when it started in the lab, when it started to apply the military space applications, and now finally get to civil applications. And what are the companies at the fourth stage, entrepreneurs began to apply those for their own business visions. But for this liquid metal is still very new, not that many companies live. I'm not going to have spent much time to talk about this. This is a Sliver concept from economic theory. It's an economic concept, but not really being applied, used. Our team began to use this, and people find it very useful. And that's how I got to be noticed by the investors. The first time I presented the Sliver concept and how it can be used for decision making. And then investors realized that it could be used for their decision making. And one of the major investor company in China, one very major, they had asked me, Xin, could you maybe quit your Macau job and become our advisor? I didn't say, I said, oh, wait, if they really pay me well, I may go. So we talk about the contents. What are you designing? It's no longer making material artifacts or interactions, information architecture. And how decisions are made, I talked about the Winterhouse pathway and I call 9 grids, and also a sleep concept. There are many ways for us to make those decisions. But we're talking about designing organization, designing for human life. What are the principles for design? What are the principles? It's no longer just simply user-centered design for people life, human life. It's not user-centered principle, not just enough. Principles. Recently, by looking at our research for the company of the Taurus, another major company in China said, Xin, maybe you can help us to understand our vision value. And that company is in very interesting, a little bit of crisis right now, managerial level crisis between big people in the company. One thing I realized during one small session of their discussion, they don't really have a unified vision. And they don't realize how that critically hurts their decision making. So I help the company get all things done. They don't really have a clear vision, and don't have ways to make those connected to their everyday decision. So I'm not going to explain the details, but one thing the company realized, whatever I do, it helped the company realize slogans actually works. Slogan works. Slogan can be used for day-to-day decision making, also to the R&D level people. This is I help them to the vision, and they realize, oh, all the R&D people should really use this time to do, even at the level people. It can be done. And they were very happy. But that vision value really stands not only for the good of how to successfully research and develop a new product, but also help the company stay along, to be respected brand. Principles. Sorry, my lecture is a little fragmented all over the places. The principles I realized, working with the company, I realized principles lies in the value and the faith of organizations are reflected through their choices. Without knowing principles, without understanding value of issues, they don't really know how to do things operationally. This is what Baidu, Google. Baidu has the same level of technological competence. But you search my name, index design, completely different results. I don't want it different, but Baidu, the whole homepage had nothing to do with me. I'm looking for me, but nothing, the whole homepage. Less than 2 months ago, Chinese government said, Google may come back. Oh, you see what? Within a couple of days, all Google engineers working so hard, get things right. It's not get things right, they know how to do things. It's for what purpose they're working for. And what? Don't blame on Chinese government. Think about your own actions. Chinese government didn't say that you have to do those things. It's your own choice, organizational choice. Of course, China can always add something. Chinese government is not perfect government. Every government is not perfect, but I don't blame on our government. I had a dream. We all had a dream. We have a dream. This is a dream lecture 1963, I think August. We all would like to have a better life. Not only the individual, he was talking about his life, dream, but that dream reflects not only himself, but the whole group of people. That's why we're here. Moving social life individually, societal, from one state to another state, with principles that really makes us being human. I would like to announce TTF. We started in 2016, but next year we're going to have TTF dream. It's not because of this lecture. Our organizing team, we said this a couple of years ago. By 2019, we're going to have TTF dream. We're going to have 2-day TTF and then 1-day dream. I want to call it dream. It's going to be wonderful. But don't have to worry about justification of design concepts. We only need to think about how good life can be. We're going to have a design competition. It's not about products. It's not about concepts. It's about dream. It's very different. Red Dot has a concept. IDEA has a concept. GMARC has a concept. Product competitions here. Concept competitions here. Dream is going to be up there. So next year we're going to have TTF Dream Conference and a TTF competition, Dream competition. That's why we have here. We would like to have all of you to help us make dream happen. A dream does not go the way we wish to go. I never dreamed I could be here when I was a boy. But with a good principle, something that is stable, you would be happy. Without a good principle, you may be successful to some degree, but you cannot sleep well. 睡不好觉，有些人做坏事。So, inspire, empower, enlighten, dream actually inspires people, inspires me. So that's something that's one mission for our conference. Start from very beginning, very first year. Thank you all.